sessions short and sweet. Short sessions of 3 to 5 minutes at a time are plenty for a foal. Set your horse up for success. By setting your horse up for success and using plenty of rewards, your horse will enjoy the learning process, which is key to successful learning. Remember, animals in a positive state of mind always learn faster and better. And in addition, this type of training will also help you develop a great bond with your horse. Split your training into tiny steps. This is key to setting your horse up for success. So you don't expect your horse to right away perform the final behavior, such as giving the foot. Instead, you are going to split that final behavior into many, many small steps and advance gradually. So for example, when you're teaching your horse to give the foot, you first start by just touching that leg. Then by just asking for a small weight shift away from that leg you want to lift. Then you ask for a small lift, maybe just a centimeter off the floor, and for a very short time. And then gradually you increase the lift and you increase the time you're keeping that leg up. As a rule of thumb, out of 10 trials, your horse should be getting at least 9 attempts right before you proceed to the next step. Reward your horse for all trials. Be generous rewarding your horse. This is the information your horse needs to understand what you wanted to do. So the more you can reward your horse for all successful trials, the faster it is going to learn and the more it is also going to enjoy the learning process. Make sure that the rewards you use are truly perceived by the horse as rewards. And every horse is different, so you have to try and figure out what your horse likes best, whether it is a scratching at its favorite spot, a little massage, or maybe going for a short walk or a little bit of grass. End each session with a success. So when your horse has just done a wonderful trial, stop there and give it plenty of rewards. Resist the temptation of repeating that step just once more because you're so excited, it went so well. Make sure your horse remembers the training session as something fun and pleasant, and this way your horse will look forward to future training sessions with you. Last but not least, your mindset and energy during training are as important, or maybe even a little more, than the training technique itself. Animals are extremely sensitive to the type of energy and to the mental state we bring to the training. So if we want our animal to be confident, to trust us, to be in a healthy, happy and relaxed state of mind, we have to bring that state of mind to the training session. And this is one of the most special and rewarding parts of training our animal. Actually, while we are training our animal, we are training ourselves to be in a much healthier and more balanced state of mind. Now let's look at an actual training session and see how all this translates into real life. This is Noble. He's a 7-month-old miniature horse colt. And today I start our training session by connecting with him and doing what he loves most, which is scratches and cuddles. Here I move him back a little bit because I thought you might see better. And I start by touching him everywhere as well. I want him to learn that touching is not only tolerated, but that he actually enjoys the touch all over his body. And this is a prerequisite for the next steps. We are in a very calm environment. That is very important. When you start training, you should start in an environment that is quite destruction-free. His herd mates are close by. That's important for a young horse. Here we have a little destruction coming in. Livestock guardian dog, Tigre, wants to join too. He's a little bit jealous. Now you can see that as we're interacting, Noble actually turns towards me. This is a very good sign. It tells me that he really wants to collaborate, he wants to interact. And by giving him freedom, so you see he's not tied, I give him the choice to really express himself. So if he would not feel well about the way we are doing the training session, or he would get stressed at any moment, he could just walk away. And so give me, in that way, very clear cues about how I'm doing with the training session. So here we do a little more bonding. And now the dog starts to be a little bit too close. So you can see how now Noble feels a little crowded. So he moves a little bit out of the space. And now I have to try to get the dog out of the space, because otherwise we are not going to do much of the intended training, which is kind of hard, as you can see. But this is real life sessions, and I don't want to edit things out, as I really want you to get a feel for a real life session. So the rest of the session is structured in 4 mini sessions. So this is the first part, and then there will be 3 other mini sessions of just a few minutes each, broken up by small breaks where Noble just nibbles on his head, just does whatever he wants, hangs out and rests. And in that way, in 20 minutes, I actually get 4 very productive short training sessions done. So here I start by touching his legs. At this point I don't want him to lift, but I just want him to tolerate and feel good about my touching his leg. First step to ask the horse to lift the leg is to make a gentle motion down the leg, and I move a little bit towards his side and shift a little bit of my weight into him. There you go, good boy. Because what he needs to do in order to lift this leg is to shift his body weight from this leg to this leg. In the next section you're going to see a common difficulty when training a young horse, and they try to pull the leg up way too high, or sometimes they try to pull forward a little bit or pull a little bit away. And this is all very normal behavior, because the horse doesn't yet know really well what you expect it to do. So there are many different approaches to how to solve this. In this training, what I do is that I just hold his leg very gently, follow the movement that he does, but I do not release his leg. I don't want him to learn that by pulling away or pawing, he can get the leg out of my hand. But I want him to learn that he needs to keep that leg still. So I follow this movement, don't let the leg go, until in a split of a second he's going to keep still. And that's the moment that I'm going to praise him a lot and gently put the leg back on the ground. You're going to see in the session how he quickly understands what I expect of him, and after just one session he has perfectly understood and no longer repeats this behavior. I can try to see whether he is going to find out by himself that he needs to move that leg a little back if I'm going to lift his leg. So again, very gentle. Good boy, and you figure that out. You see he lifts really high. Oh, the moment he stops trying to pull, oh, I let go. Wow, good boy, reward him. Very good, that was excellent. That's good. Yes. Good job. You're such a sweetie. Okay, so we can try it once more. And I want to do only just 1 second is enough. And he lifts very high, that's okay. Wait for the second that he stops, point. That's okay. Whoa, good boy. And let go. There you go. Good boy. Good. And I wait a moment. I don't just go right away go on to the next leg fast. I want to leave always a few seconds in between each step so that he has time to digest things. Now I'm having the hay net here because it's very relaxing for most horses. Later on I'm no longer going to have the hay back here. But when you start training, it is very helpful because the horse is going to be much more relaxed, much more at ease, and it's going to be more pleasant of an experience. So here the same, I'm only touching. I want to make sure he's good with that. Good boy. Good job, very nice. Okay, and now I go with the intention of lifting this leg. Shift the leg, weight, okay, good. He moved away, no problem. As soon as he's quiet, let go of that leg. Good boy. I could tie him, definitely, but right now there's just no reason to tie him. He's happy. One of the nice things when you do not tie your horse is that you know when the horse is working for you because he wants to be with you. Because if he's not happy, he can just walk away, and he would actually walk away. So I'm doing the same thing again. Now I do this with intention. Gentle, good boy. He relaxes and back down. Good job. Yeah, that was excellent. That was excellent. Excellent job. Oh boy. So I let him know. Now I'm going to ask him to lift his leg, slide down, and good. And he lifts up too high, no problem. Good boy. And let go. Here you go. That was excellent. Now I'm going to ask once more. Lift. So he's a little good boy. And now I'm going to hold it for a little longer. Good. Wonderful. That was perfect. What a good boy. I'm standing, facing the back. Slide down gently. And ask him for a lift. Good boy. Wow, good job. Excellent. Super. Good boy. So one trick that many horses find really pleasant, and it helps to counter condition him to this, is that while I have this leg up, good boy, he's got the butt on the opposite side. And he leans into the opposite side. For him it's easy to understand. Wow, I'm comfortable this way. You know, there's no weight whatsoever on this leg. Whoa, good boy. Good, super. Bravo, wonderful boy. Good boy, sweetie. Very good. Good boy. And now we repeat this leg again to see how he does now. Whether he now can actually lift it without overdoing it. He was overshooting before, so we're going to try to see what he doesn't overshoot. Again, he's not balanced. Okay, now I can actually ask him to lift his leg. Gentle. Good. Super. And I'm going to scratch him on the withers on the opposite side. Good boy. As he will walk, because he loves that. Always on the opposite side, because then he's going to lean into the scratching, and it makes it so much easier for him to understand that he needs to take the weight off the leg that I'm lifting. So you see there's no force whatsoever, no struggle, and no fighting. Good boy. Good job. Very good. Nice job. Now we do the opposite side. Good boy. Again. Here it was a little harder. Good boy. Yeah, no. There he relaxes and then release. Good job. There we go. Now that was excellent. That was fantastic. What a nice job. Good boy. And now we do this. One leg. Again, lean a little bit into him. Good boy. Okay, he lost a little bit of his balance, not a problem. There, he pulls a little bit, he wait. Good. Good boy. Excellent job. Very, very nice. You actually have a little stone in your foot. You have to clean your foot. Okay? Good man. You're such a good boy. You're just so good. Yes. You're so good. Excellent. There you go. Good boy. Excellent. So now we're going to use the hoof pick and see how he does. Good boy. Wow. Excellent. Good boy. Now that was fantastic. Good boy. So you can see now you know no longer was overshooting. Good boy. How good was that? I'm very impressed by you. Yeah, very impressed. That was fantastic. We do the back leg too. Good boy. There you go. You get it? Good
impressed. Yes, I'm very impressed. Yeah. Ay, good boy. Yeah. Good. Hmm? That's excellent. There you go. There you go, sweetie pie. Okay, and we can do this one. Good. Wow, what a good job. There you go. Now, people are going to believe that this is the same session, you know. Good man. Wow. Fantastic. Good boy. Yeah. Excellent. Good boy. Do you like my scratches? Oh, yes, I can see you like them. I can see you go to sleep. My scratches are so good. And last but not least, wow. Oh boy. Good boy. Super. Now that was fantastic. You got a little wiggle in your butt. You got a little itch here maybe. Yeah, you got a little itch in your butt. Is it good? Yeah? Good. Super. Well done. Well done. Very important, we always finish on a sweet note, on the success. So he did this fantastic. This is a moment we stop training.